It's mostly idyllic, but we get bored and we just go camping.
Yeah, and by the end of December we're a bit tired of the cold,
Yeah.
so in beginning of January we go to Spain for 2 months, and we've got about 6 more camps before the end of December, of course.
Hopefully.
And every time we're changing something or
Yeah.
trying something to make it easier in Spain, to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
And we've rearranged our cookware a bit this time. It doesn't sound very interesting, but I'll show you what we are using now and tend to use for a 2-month stay, and then we're going to cook something. Oh, I should mention the stove we have in this camper van has 2 gas hobs and 1 electric hob, doesn't it?
Yeah. We got all our cookware in one deep drawer.
Yeah, surrounded by tea towels, covered in tea towels.
Yeah.
And in fact, we bought an industrial pack of tea towels because we're using them so often round the van
Yeah.
to stop rattles.
In the drawer, we've got the Ridge Monkey.
Yeah, and it's the Ridge Monkey's handy because you can use the 2 halves on each of the burners.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to cook a breakfast, for example, it's really useful. It gives you more surface area. We don't really use it for anything else. The Ridge Monkey has very low sides, so it's not really suitable for doing anything too, liquidy or stuff like that. We also have a small pot with a removable handle and a lid. Now, we used to carry the big pot, and we used it 3-4 times, for pasta and things like that, but we rarely make pasta, so
No.
it wasn't worth carrying.
Also in the drawer, there's the Kadak 30.
Yeah, which is brilliant for outside cooking, but it's actually too big for the stove. It's a phenomenal pan, a do-all for outside with a lid. Brilliant thing.
And the last thing in the drawer is our latest acquisition, a 24-inch frying pan.
Yeah, with a removable handle, which is important. And we're actually going to cook a wee adaptation of a Spanish meal for lunch.
Okay.
So this is a variation on what I think was a simple Spanish peasant meal, but you can still get it in restaurants in Spain. Now they would use stale bread mostly. Now we're not doing that. I'm going to use potatoes, which I'm going to cube. So the ingredients are about 500 grams of potatoes. We've got about 110 grams of smoked chorizo I'm using here. A red onion, which has been cubed again. Smoked paprika, olive oil, and a couple of eggs. That's it. Maximum flavour, minimum effort, minimum ingredients. The first thing we're going to do is heat up some olive oil, and I'll throw in a bit of onion to let me know when it's hot enough. So now that's hot enough, we're going to throw in the potatoes. Now I've cubed these fairly small. If you'd parboiled them, you could leave them bigger. So I haven't parboiled them because that's too much hassle when you're camping. Now I'll just cook them until they start to brown. I'll tell you how long that took, but I would just do it until I feel it's right. Now I'm hoping this pan is big enough. This 24 centimetres is about as big as you can get in one of these stoves. Normally I'd be doing this outside in the Kadak. That's the point of trying it. So that's been about 12 minutes, which is approximately 10 minutes more gas than I like using, isn't it?
Oh God, yes.
So now I'm going to throw in the chorizo. Again, about 110 grams or so, about half a typical packet. Give that a good start. Leave that for a few minutes as well. You can smell that chorizo coming out now, can't you? Beautiful. And then what we'll do now is throw the onions in. Again, 1 red onion. So again, just give that a stir now and again. Now I just cook this until the onions look good, but I'll tell you how long it actually takes. So you can see how that looks now. The potatoes, chorizo, they're all browning at the edges. Onions are soft, which is just perfect. So what we're going to do now is throw some smoked paprika in. Now, again, no measuring. Just give it a good sprinkle. You can't have enough of the stuff. It should be about a teaspoon. I've got no idea if that's a teaspoon, but, just give everything a cover. It'll do. Now, all we're going to do is stir that in, 30 seconds, a minute, and then we're going to drop our eggs in. Now, you should make a wee well, but this pan's not big, really that big. It's good enough. I'm happy with it. We're going to use it. But make a well as best you can. Drop a couple of eggs in it. So that is essentially it. Now, if I had a lid, I'd put it on to help the eggs come up a bit better. I could put a bit of tin foil over the top. But we're going to get our table set up here and get organised, so it'll cook away fine there on its own. So if you saw any of our Spain videos, this is a wee set up for eating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the seat opposite is no good for sitting on. It's too
straight.
Anyway, let's try this. We've had this a few times, but it'll all surprise you how tasty it actually is with so few ingredients. Spanish and Italians, they know how to cook cheaply, don't they?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. God, she's away again.
Oh.
So that was yesterday and today's today.
That's true.
And we're well happy with our frying pan, aren't we?
Really good,
Yeah.
Wash is great.
Yeah, and we don't buy a lot of stuff, do we? We were just saying this morning our breakfast bowls are 30 years old, aren't they? But it's so important to us it works. And I know this might sound a bit over the top, but this next half dozen camps before Christmas, we'll do half a dozen 2-day camps probably, is very much about making sure everyone works for Spain, isn't it?
Yes, aye.
I mean, our van's in storage, I should say. Obviously,
Yes,
we could
obviously.
do this outside the house, but we can't, so it has to be when we're camping. As long as the van's running
That's the main
and
thing.
nothing leaks,
Yeah.
we can cope with almost any
Yes.
failure, you know. That's the way we see it, you know. So anyway, well, what we having in our muska today, Rona?
Chicken something?
Chicken something, so we'll cook that up now. So here's our ingredients for this wee ramoska meal. So I have 4 skin-on, bone-in chicken thighs. We have a red onion, roughly chopped. We have a lemon, which we've just cut into roughly wedges. We have about a quarter of a big head of garlic, skin-on, going straight in like that. And what would be about 100 grams of potatoes, say, baby potatoes. So all we've done here is put the chicken thighs in the bottom of the ramoska. We fitted the potatoes round them as best we can. The onion, the garlic, whole garlics, cloves in there, and the lemon round about it. The trick is to expose as much as you can of, within reason, of the chicken thighs, because that skin will brown up and it'll be lovely. The thing is, all this will become edible. You know, the garlic will be roasted, it'll be the lovely sweet taste you get, and the lemons will be edible as well. So we'll cook that for an hour.
Cheesy peeps. Chicken is lovely.
Is it good?
Good.
The thing is, this time we've remembered the wee glass of wine, didn't we? Because last time we left the wine at the far side of the camera. We couldn't get it.
Cheers. Cheers, my dears.
So that's us finished another wee camp, and it's been good, hasn't
It
it?
has. It's been really good.
Yeah, I mean, things change at this time of year. We do enjoy camping,
Yeah, I love it.
you know, in Scotland at this time of year. I mean, it becomes cosier, you know.
Yes.
It becomes more about the food and books. I mean, we fell asleep yesterday afternoon, didn't we? Which was lovely,
Yeah.
you know. But we go to Spain in January, you know. And that's despite the fact it's kind of bittersweet, because there's people we won't see for 10.5 weeks. You know, and you know, you've got that to think about as well. And the reason we still do it, and we'll continue to do it as long as we can, is because one minor reason and 2 sort of major ones. But the minor reason is that this van was a huge investment for us, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, we gave away stuff that cost us money, like the motorbike we used to tour Europe on. I gave it away. Actually, it was a very nice guy I gave it to, and he forced £150 on me, you know. Didn't want it. And we won't talk about the other things we gave away.
Oh, no.
But the value to us is, you know, immediately we don't have to pay the insurance and road
That's
tax
right.
and these things. And we've made somebody happy, you know. I love to see, I hate selling things, but anyway. Big investment for us. And leaving it sitting for 2 months doing nothing is not an option for us.
No.
The 2 sort of more major reasons are, one is health.
Yeah.
And we've mentioned before about Rona having this sort of health condition, but you're great, you know. I mean, you've been around motorbike umpteen times on a motorbike, and we may talk about it more at a later date, because it might help somebody, you know, how you've coped with it and do your thing and all that sort of stuff. But we feel like we need a bit of heat now.
Yes,
don't we?
I like the sun.
We like the sun, and we feel like it sets us up for the rest of the year now, you know.
Yeah.
We genuinely come back in March. You know, there's something that happens that through the year here it'll get colder and colder. And then it hits January and we travel down south to Spain. Now, it's a long haul for us. You know, it's a lot of hard driving to get the south coast of Spain. And in northern Spain, we get off the ferry at Santander or Bilbao, depending on what ferry we get, usually early-ish in the morning.
Santander's the only one.
Yeah. And it's northern Spain, it's not that warm at that time of year. It's
No,
like,
we went through really thick fog.
it can snow, in fact, you know.
Aye.
But something happens as you drive south. You get to middle of Spain, Madrid or Zaragoza or something like that, driving south, and the sun will come out and you feel like a different person, don't you?
The heat. You feel the heat.
Coming in through the windscreen, if you know what I mean. And all of a sudden it's like different people. But the last and maybe most important reason is we genuinely think it makes us better people.
Yeah.
Spending time down in southern Spain with all these different nationalities from all around Europe and sometimes further afield, who go down there for a period in winter time. It does us good, doesn't it?
Well, we've met some lovely people.
We have, you know, but it reminds us of what I learned working in multiple countries with multiple nationalities, is that ordinary people, us are all the same. We are all the same, you know. It just reminds us of that every time. Ordinary people are kind and helpful, and they're more interested in other people than they are fearful of them.
Yes.
And that's what I love. So we'll say goodbye to Cleo, Charlie and Joy, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.